Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Deckin Around the Plug. Today we are so excited to have Jaspas back on the show. Jaspas is going to be talking to us about the newly released Broken Borders 2020 deck, which just dropped today, so make sure to check it out.
Yeah, Jaspas.
How you doing, man?
Hi, Steve. Hi, Tyler.
Dude,
Hey,
so
guys
good to have you
watching.
back on the show.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be back.
Dude.
The last time I was here was like a month and a half ago, I think.
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah, it's been a bit, and it was very early in the morning for you, so I feel like we caught you a post nap here. Hopefully, you're a little better rested this time around, but.
Heck yeah.
So you
I actually had quite a few of my fans on Instagram message me like, "Hey, I saw you on Deckin Around." I was like,
Nice.
"Oh, wow, nice."
That's awesome, man. We're always glad to hear that, supporters are coming to check out the show, especially when you're on, because that was a great episode. We had such a fun time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Our little potato chip contest we had.
Oh yes.
That was a good one, man. I feel like we had a lot of people guessing a lot of crazy chips in there, but Steve actually sat down and watched the entire episode to count exactly how many chips you had eaten. So
Oh no, I'm sorry, Steve.
It's all good, man. It was fun.
We got a good accurate count.
I watched it, and after I was like, "Holy cow, we laughed a lot." Like we laughed a lot. It was cool. Cool to watch.
It was a fun episode for sure. But today we're on to talk about this new deck you dropped. So Broken Borders 2020, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this deck. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. I think you really brought some fun stuff to this printing process. And I think that's one thing I always love about your new decks is a new deck from you means new experimenting, new kind of takes on things. It's always exciting to see.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. I'm so happy. Oh man. So yeah, for the viewers at home, if you guys haven't seen it, this is what the cards look like. Oh
yeah.
Let me try to get the colors to look nice. So
there it is, right there. Oh, back up.
We have a neon orange.
Nice.
And a dark navy blue.
Which is such a great combo. Like orange and blue is such like a timeless combo.
Yeah, so good.
And the best thing about the neon orange is that we actually went with a UV sensitive ink this time.
Nice.
So even though I don't have a black light right now, I put in the order for it, but I haven't gotten it yet. So even though we don't have that, if we use this almost black light, blue light, you should be able to see the cards in like a glowing.
Oh, for sure.
Dude, yeah, no, it's definitely got like a nice like glow to it.
Oh,
and I like it. Yeah. This is going to be a fun deck.
Yeah. Did you know that you could buy like those normal light bulbs with black light in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've actually bought like 12 black light bulbs.
Nice.
And I'm ready to like change my entire room to black light.
Wow.
I feel like that's somewhat of a dangerous proposition, but it's going to look really fun.
Yeah, people might think some weird things are happening like outside the house. You're gonna like drive by and they're gonna see all these blue and purple lights. They're gonna be like,
I love it.
He's running like a den in there or something.
In this day and age, they'll just think he's a Twitch streamer. It'll be perfect.
That's true.
It'll be perfect.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. Weird lights in houses now are just the norm all the time. I wonder all the time.
True.
Yeah, like I feel like my neighbors probably think the same thing. I got like spotlights going off in the middle of the night in this room, and they're like, "What is going on over there?" But so this deck though is an exciting one. This with this UV ink really is gonna be such a visual deck to see.
Heck yeah. There's this place that I go from time to time for my food and whatnot, and they have black light there.
Nice.
The other day I spent, I think 2 days ago, I spent like an hour just standing under their black light and just playing with the cards and watching it glow in my hands. Absolutely mesmerizing.
That's cool. Yeah, we can't wait to see all the video, the trailer that will come out. We know you're always dropping the fun trailers for your decks.
This time I think we're gonna launch with a tutorial, a cardistry tutorial instead of a trailer.
Very nice.
Just because I wanted to avoid gathering all my friends during this uncertain times around the world.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's probably a smart move. Yeah, it's easier. No, I think that's a smart move, and I think honestly it goes so well with your brands across the board. I mean, obviously, New Deck Order and School of Cardistry. The idea of bringing kind of a tutorial to the release of the deck is a nice kind of organic kind of feel to it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be exciting, man. And so, what really was the motivation for you behind the deciding to use the UV ink there?
Okay, so the first version of the Broken Borders was yellow and black with a red NDO logo at the top here. What we came to realize as we were designing the second and third version was that most of our audience really, really loved the striking combination of yellow and black. So when we released the second version of the deck, which is the dark green and red one that looks a little bit like Gucci, just a little bit like it.
Okay.
We realized that the younger audience that we had following us didn't enjoy those colors as much as the yellow and black ones.
Okay.
So this time we are returning back to the original concept of like striking, bold colors, dangerous looking colors, and we're going with a really, really dark blue in conjunction with this neon orange.
Yeah, that neon is going to pop so well. I mean, if your fans like striking, this is definitely going to just look beautiful.
Yeah. I should send you guys some as well, so you can just check it out in real life.
Dude, we'd love to check it out.
Awesome.
I got my black light ready over here. I'm ready to check it out. We'll do
for sure.
We'll do a deck specs on it, all with black lights. No lights on other than that. So it'll really.
Dude, that'd be a good idea. We'll do it.
That'll be awesome.
Dude, we can definitely make it happen. But and so I'm assuming you're excited about this deck, though.
I am. I really am. We at the New Deck Order we have this competition called the NDO's Bounty, the New Deck Order's Bounty, and every month we put out a challenge to our fans. In the last few months, we've realized that quite a few of our fans enjoy playing with black light and getting cards to glow. And the deck that really glowed very well was the Jaspas deck favorite day ones, the original ones.
Nice.
So working based off that, we came to the realization that, hey, there are people that really enjoy glow in the dark neon, not glow in the dark, UV sensitive neon colors, and wanted to give it to them and let them experiment to their heart's content.
Nice.
Yeah. I think that's fun. I mean, I love those two colors combined anyway. Navy blue is my favorite color, or any blue, but navy blue is specifically my favorite color. But putting those two colors together is awesome. You know?
Yeah, it's definitely an iconic and like tried and true color combo. I think you see in fashion all the time, like that navy and orange, especially in like early summer. Like I feel like anytime I see like a Ralph Lauren like shirt, like navy and orange, that's just the way it goes, and it looks beautiful every time.
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth?
Ralph Lauren's still around?
I mean, probably, but with all the bankruptcies going on these days, who knows? So,
yep.
And so, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we live in scary times for brick and mortar businesses right now.
Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of them who either haven't been able to transition significantly or at all to online are really starting to feel it though. So yeah, it's an interesting time for sure. But I think it's good that you started as an online and you've now transitioned somewhat into brick and mortar. So
wow, I'm surprised you know about this. We actually started selling our cards in physical shops as well, and the reception has been really, really good. So shout outs to all the Singaporeans in the chat. Thank you guys very much for the support.
Yeah. I think.
Are you gonna have this version, the 2020 Broken Borders, available in the shop?
Yeah, day one. Or
yeah,
maybe even day -1.
Ooh, look at that! All right, so a little bit of
a little pre-sale.
A little pre-sale, nice. That's exciting though, and I think that's really an exciting aspect of becoming a brick and mortar shop to some extent. Is you do have this opportunity to kind of test the waters a little bit with new releases and give people an opportunity to reward that loyalty and come check these decks out. So cool.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. And so
cool.
with this in mind, do you have any other kind of UV style ideas coming up? Has this, diving into the orange really kind of excited you about UV ink?
I don't want to make yes. Okay, firstly, yes. 100%. I really enjoy the UV orange reaction, but I don't want to make it so common to the point of like every single deck is like, hey, I wonder what it looks like with black light, black, right? I want to play with multiple things. I want to play with more different kinds of foil. I want to try printing gold ink, but in extensive amounts,
Nice.
like ridiculous amounts of gold ink. Since gold ink, I don't think it's much more expensive than normal ink.
Yeah.
I want to try doing some like printing in white on white cards.
Oh, wow.
Just to see if it's possible to get a different kind of glare to it, so you can only see it in certain angles.
Very cool.
There's a few different experiments I want to try to get into, but taking it slow, experimenting as we go along.
I genuinely think, other than design, this is one of my favorite parts about your decks is the amount of thought that goes into making them unique. Like you said, you don't want the UV sensitive ink to become commonplace. I think so many other brands out there and so many other creators out there who find one idea that works just stick with it because they trust it. I love the fact that you are willing to risk to try new things and really find ideas that just benefit the brand and the community as a whole.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for saying that.
Now, are you allowed to show us some of the cards, or?
Oh yes, sure.
I'm always the one that's like super excited. I'm like, I want to see the cards.
All right. So the main differences this time, we went with the original, the second edition box design.
Okay.
Put the microphone up. So we have the back of the cards here instead of the previous both sides being a flat color.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And for the faces, we actually returned to the first edition faces rather than the second edition faces.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Dude, that looks so good.
So the second edition faces, what I did is I removed this triangle here on one side of the cards. So it's essentially a one-way face design.
Okay.
Nice.
Which you could use to locate cards by sort of like just pushing them upwards this way, and you'll see exactly where the one-way card was.
Okay, interesting.
At the end of the day, I realized that not many of my fans are magicians. They're more cardists. So, so I brought the symmetry back, and then I put it back together again.
No. Oh, that looks so good.
Yeah.
That really looks so good.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. And we also went with a new stock and finish, which makes the fanability of the cards, if that's a word.
It is now.
The fanning potential of the cards.
Did you say fanity?
Fanability.
Oh, fanability. I'm like, fanity? I want to use that word.
Yeah. The fanability of the cards are way better in this version than the previous one.
It looks like it handles beautifully. And so how long have you been playing with this specific deck?
This one? About a week, I guess.
So it's been a little bit broken in, but I'm guessing out the box it probably handled pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds good.
Dude, the front. Here's the cool thing. So when I'm gonna totally flex my Jaspas Cardistry Con deck, but like the cool thing is when you're throwing up a fan, right, and you're doing it from the back, there's not usually a pattern on it. So the fact that you have the pattern on the front as well is so cool, because no matter what side you're doing a fan with, you have a dope fan.
Yeah. And I think that really, that touches on the whole cardistry aspect of it being your primary, group there. They want that visual aspect no matter what side of the cards are being, facing forward, and it really touches on it perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, when you have lines this bold across the face, all you really have to do is just rotate the cards and it looks like you're doing something.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I'm gonna do from now on, and I'm gonna just say I'm good at cardistry. I'm gonna be like, yo, check out my cardistry, dog.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it.
That's what I'm going to do on our deck specs. I'm going to be like, Jaspas told me that I'm good at Cardistry now.
I'm good at Cardistry. It's all blacked out with nothing but a black light and cards going like this.
Dude, that'll be I'll literally be an official cardist if everything's blacked out except my hands and you can see the cards moving.
That would look good. That would look real good.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Yeah, 100%. I'm probably going to do it too.
There you go. You heard it here first,
you
people.
can do it before us.
Oh, man. But no, I think this is an exciting deck, though, for you guys. I mean, so I'm guessing, is this going to be your last release of 2020 or?
Yeah. I think so. Probably.
Yeah. It's been an interesting year, so I think it makes sense.
The previous deck that we launched, the Jasper's Deck Favorite Day 2s, was supposed to come out on April 1st.
Okay.
Because I like tying that line of cards with April Fools.
Nice.
But this year has been a very special year.
Yeah.
Good way to look at it.
Yeah. I mean, you know what, though? I think if nothing else, it's given you, it seems like a lot more opportunity to experiment and come up with these fun ideas and really get into what you're passionate about.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Especially when most of humanity is staying at home and has a lot of time to be introspective.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. That's for sure.
It's definitely a good time to utilize that. And I think, how have you found, with this project especially, how have you found the experimentation and the communication with your producer, your printing company compared to, previous years?
So I found a new printer for this deck of playing cards. Actually, it's not a new printer. It's the same printer as the previous ones, but they have another line of paper in terms of stock and finish. Nice. So both the stock and finish of these cards is different from the previous one. And they have been very, very supportive, I guess the word is. I actually sent the designs in for this like 2-3 months ago. Wow. I told them like, hey man, I don't think it's the right time for us to print this deck. Could you hold on for a while? And they're like, got you, Jaspas. A-okay. No problem. And after like a month and a half after that, it felt like it was the right time. And I told them like, hey, can we do it now? And then like, all right, got you, bro. And started printing.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Or at least I imagine they have a giant print button at the back.
If they don't, they need one. I feel like anyone who has like giant machinery, you need a big go button.
Yeah.
Is that the target buttons? The little target, like, boop, the red. Don't they have those things?
Yeah, dude. You could probably pick one of those up. Jaspas, if they don't have one, you need to get one. And when you're on the phone with them telling them to print, you need to push it. Just be like, let's go, guys.
Print.
I feel like it'll be so anticlimactic, though. You'd be on the phone, you'd be like, print, and then nothing happens.
They're like, okay, thanks, bye.
And then you're stuck with this goofy little button, and there's nothing happening. And in your head, you could be like, oh, they're printing my decks right now. But
but you don't even know. So what's one thing that really, you think that everyone who's checking out this deck right now should know, and it's a good reason for them to buy it? What about this really, obviously, other than the UV spot ink, really excited you about this deck? All
right. So in the previous Broken Borders, we actually went with less fanability, more stiffness, more. The target was to print a deck of cards that worked well in humidity, but not for fanning. This time, we decided to add that fanability without removing the thing that makes it more resistant to humidity, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, this would be the start of a new era of playing cards in which like humidity is not a problem. Plus, even in humidity, you fan and the cards are stiff enough and they feel good regardless of the situations. Especially because in Singapore, it's a really humid climate.
Yeah.
Southeast Asia in general is a really humid climate. I'm not sure about you guys right now. It's winter, right?
Yeah, it's getting to be winter here, so the humidity in my area at least has dropped. But In the summer, it's basically 90 to 100% humidity all the time.
Yeah, so this should do well in summer.
Nice. And I think that's exciting because I think that's one of the biggest things I know we have Australian friends who always complain they get a new deck of cards and within a week, it's just the humidity destroys it. Even when we were talking to Ito, he was saying the same thing, like Jakarta, the humidity destroys your cards after, not too long. So that's exciting.
Yeah. Even if you use like bicycle playing cards where it's like the golden standard, the cards that everybody compares against in Singapore, doesn't stand a chance. You open it up, take it out. Whoa, these cards are pretty good. And then oh no, it's starting to clump.
Oh man,
it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, and they have that clicking right when you open them. They click already.
Depends on the cards.
Yeah,
depends on the cards. Yeah.
Yeah.
The clicking is a problem, especially for beginners, because it's really difficult to explain to beginners how to get rid of the clicking.
Yeah.
Beginners, they tend to be afraid of springing their cards because they don't want to fold the cards, but you essentially need to bend the cards to remove the click from the spine of the playing cards.
Nice.
So it's rough for beginners.
For the older card, you should do a nice video. You should do a video on how to de-click.
Oh, I actually have done a video on de-clicking cards, and the whole video I think is like 1 hour long, and I'm just springing the cards nonstop.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Yeah, I'm gonna hunt that down. We're gonna link to it below, just so that anyone who's curious can check this out. So, plus an hour with Jaspas springing cards sounds fun. So, hook it up.
The OG ASMR with Jaspas.
But no, I think it's interesting too, the fact that, like you said, humidity was a big determining factor in, why you tried to design this deck the way you did. I think so many brands just rely on, tried and true, the idea that, bicycle or B stock that's crushed is the best stock that's out there. But that's not that really isn't a blanket statement. That's not true, no matter where you are. And the fact that you've realized that there's a problem here that a large portion of cardists face with humidity, and you're trying to find a way to resolve it, I think that's awesome. I think that's a fun way to look at not only making your cards visually appealing, but obviously more of a tool that will last.
Yeah, 100%.
Plus, when you go through cards quickly because of humidity, it's got to be a sad feeling. So
it is.
It gets expensive.
Yeah, I'm sure. But dude, that's exciting though. I'm really actually pumped to see this deck. I think not only do the colors look amazing, but I think that UV sensitive ink is gonna really pop. I think people are really getting into the idea of using UV sensitivity. We've seen it a couple times this year on some other decks, but really utilizing the standard kind of like blue tone with the see-through, like the clear ink when it's off. I think the idea that this is going to be really a vibrant orange is something different and fun.
Yeah.
So it's going to be.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how people utilize the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be great, man. I really hope to see a lot of people starting to do more blacklight utilizing videos where we really get to see that aspect of it. Nice, man.
I think the ideal situation for this deck of playing cards is not going to be just pure UV light or black light.
Yeah.
It should be a mixture of like daylight with UV light to push the orange all the way.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm excited to see how they handle it, and I'm excited in handling it myself too with my 12 black light bulbs.
Well, you're definitely not going to run out of black light anytime soon, so that's a plus.
That's for sure.
That is too funny, man.
We look forward to seeing that for sure.
I think it's going to be a good time to keep an eye out on a lot of the cardistry that's going to come out with this deck in mind. So I'm excited to see how it plays out. I'm excited to see where people take this. And, I think UV colors, there's so many options there and so many variations that hopefully it's used well by people. I hope that we continue to see people think and be thoughtful about these styles that they're bringing to it. I really do respect the fact that you're not just out here trying to be like, oh, UV ink is hot right now, let me put out 22 decks with UV ink on them because they're hot. Like, I think it's important that as a brand, people realize that this innovation is really what drives cardistry forward. And it's a testament to the fact that for a long time now, you've really been at the forefront of driving cardistry to, its next level.
Thank you.
Right. And your hair's always on point.
It really is.
I really like this new hairstyle that I've went with.
Dude, I dig the pink's fire. Yeah, it looks good, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it to grow out a little bit more, and then I'm gonna do a perm on it.
Are you gonna do a colored perm, or are you gonna let it just be like blonde?
I think I'm gonna do a color perm.
Okay.
Maybe like an ash gray. I think would look good.
Okay. I love that color. That grayish, purplish kind of color.
Yeah. That's it.
I love that color. So cool.
Me too. I like it a lot. I'm not sure if it works on my face yet, but I'm willing to fail to try something new.
Yeah, try it. They have apps that you can use that you can just change the color of your hair, see what it looks like, and that way you don't have to waste your money.
That's true.
There you go. I think it's always interesting to see too, because I think the nice thing about hair is it grows back. You mess it up, it always grows back. Hopefully not. I feel bad saying that now because I feel like not everyone's hair grows back, but for a large amount of people out there, the hair grows back. So it's one of those things where you can experiment with it, have a little fun with it, and if you don't like it, you could always shave your head. So
yeah, true. I don't know if I want to see a bald Jaspas. I don't know about that.
That would be.
I mean, I've seen it. Doesn't look good.
Oh man. Well,
awesome.
If it ever happens again, definitely let us know. We'll get you on another plug so you can show it off. So, oh man,
that's funny, dude. You're a legend. We're super excited about this release. We will definitely do a deck specs on it, and it'll be fun. We look forward to seeing what's created with it.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
I'm excited to see what you guys do with it too.
Yeah, I think everyone's gonna really have a fun time with this deck. I think the visuals on it are gonna be next level. So hopefully we see some fun creativity come out of it.
Heck yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you so much, Jaspas, for coming on, for showing us the deck. We're really excited. Hopefully everyone who is watching this goes to Jaspas' site right now, link below, and picks one up. I think it's going to be an amazingly awesome handling deck. I'm always excited to see how they feel in hand, especially with the new stocks and finishes being used. So it should be a good time. And anything you want to tell the people before we head out, Jaspas?
Everybody, please stay safe, please stay healthy, and take care of yourself, guys.
Yeah. And before, one more thing, what's the website that they can actually go and grab it?
They can go to www.thenewdeckorder.com.
Yep, which we will have linked below.
Yep.
This is going to be phenomenal, people. Check out this deck. It's going to be a fun one for sure. If you're into cardistry, this is definitely a deck to be getting this year.
We will see it very soon.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jaspas, and enjoy the rest of your day, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, Tyler, Steve.
Our pleasure.
Take care, guys.
Yeah.
See everybody.